Now in the React application, what we are going to do is to implement some styling features, we'll be using Bootstrap. So we'll be integrating Bootstrap in the application. We'll go to the Visual Studio Code. Over here, I'll just have a new terminal. And what I'm going to do is install React Bootstrap and Bootstrap packages. So once this is completed, you can see that we have React Bootstrap in the dependencies mentioned in package.json. It wasn't there earlier, but once we have installed the dependency, it is automatically available over here. Now after this, what I'll do is I'll add another component. What I want to do is in my particular application, I want to add a header over here. So for that, we'll go to the components, add a new folder, and then simply add header.tsx. Using the code snippet, we have the React function ready, and now we'll add our code. What we are going to do is add a navbar, and as I keep on adding the Bootstrap components, you will see that the imports are getting updated. We'll add a container. This will have a navbar.brand, giving it the text HOC real estate. Then we can have a collapse element. In this, we have a nav element, and let's add the links now. We can have home, and then one can be listings. And outside the collapse, let me just add a button. And in the brand, let's give it a class for text light. I want to keep the text light for all of the links, and for the button, just want to display it on the right side of the header, giving it the gradient outline light. Also in the navbar, let's just give it the class as dark background, and just making it sure that it is taking the whole space. Let me just save it once. Now we have our header almost ready, and we'll go to our app.tsx file once. Over here, what I want to do is I want to define a div and give it a class name as app. Also, in this app.tsx, we'll be including our header. And for the tiles that we are showing for the property listings, we can just give it another div, giving it class name dflex, and justify content center. And doing a format document. I think we're good here, and we have our header ready. What we have to do is we have to open our index.css, and we don't require all of this styling right now, so I'm just commenting it out. And we'll do the same for app.css, where we had added the styling for tiles earlier, so we'll just comment that out too. But what I'll do is, for the app, in this div that we have added a new class, we'll just mention the height as 100%, and the same we'll do for the root element, the HTML and body. So I just want to make sure that the height is 100% over here also. Now we'll just save it. So we have commented out all the CSS in app.css and index.css files. Now we'll open main.tsx, and over here, once we have imported the bootstrap packages in the application, we have to do an import over here from bootstrap dist bootstrap.min.css. So this is the import that we want to do, and now we'll just save it. After this, what we can do is, in our tile.tsx, where we have the old structure, let me just replace it. We can add a new structure. Over here, we want to do an import from React Bootstrap. We can add an image. Okay, it's not showing any options, so we'll just add an import. The source would be the house.png file that we had, .jpg file that we had added. Let's have the image as rounded circle, and after this, what we'll do is simply add our card body. In the body, we can give the title. The title would be the type that we are taking as a prop, and after that we can have card text. In the text, we can have net 6 of our value, and after this, simply add a info. So I think all of the props we have already taken, and we have given the image source. Now let me just give some styling to our card. Over here, I want to make sure that the width and height of the card are appropriate for the page, and then we can give the height as well. After this, what we can do is give our classes, making sure that the margin we are taking horizontally and vertically with some padding, giving it the background, and then let's have some border also. We can add shadow, even though we have a dark background, but still the shadow is going to give a 3D effect. And let's keep the corners rounded, the text should be light. Okay, let me just save this. We have our header ready and we have given the background as dark, and let me just give the dark background over here in app.tsx as well. After this, in the header, what we have done is we have added a button over here. Now the purpose of this button is to toggle the theme in the application. What I want to do is allow the user to set the theme of the application. They can select the dark theme or the light theme. So I'll just add the text for it. The user can toggle the theme. As of now, we have the dark theme with us. So I have given this text, but we'll be changing this text and giving the functionality of the button as well later on. So let me just save it. And now we'll just run the application. Okay, so I get an error that the following dependency could not be resolved. Let me just check the path once. Over here in node modules, we have bootstrap, dist folder, css, and then bootstrap.min.css. Okay, so over here in main.tsx, just have to change this particular path, and I think it should work now. Let me just have a new terminal opened and start the server. And now if we go to this URL, okay, so we are able to see that we have implemented Bootstrap in the application. We have got the styling that we required. We have a toggle theme button over here that we'll be writing the functionality for, and we have got some links to navigate through the application. What we'll be doing is implementing routing for this header, where we'll be navigating through different pages in the application through these links.